I'm State Representative Senfronia Thompson from Northeast Houston, and I have entered the fight to take a big bite out of human trafficking. You may be wondering to yourself, what is human trafficking? It's something that sounds so foreign, but let me just tell you what it is. It's actually forcing people to do something that they normally would not do against their will. Let me just give you an example. People are normally promised a lot of things, and particularly women, to come to this country, and sometimes just people within this country. Come over here or come to this particular state and we're going to help you get a job and make a big, big salary. And that certainly sounds good because everyone wants to improve their lot in life. Or they may want to come here and they get a job working as a domestic servant, and they've been promised that they're going to get a heads up, they're going to be able to make money, they're going to be able to advance, and perhaps one day become a business owner themselves, only to learn that all of these have all been fabricated lies told to them, and all of a sudden they are trapped into a situation in which they cannot actually get out of. And you say, well, why don't they just walk away? Let me ask you this question. If you were here from another country with no relatives, no money, no place to stay, and you couldn't speak the language, where would you go? You see, that's what I'm talking about. These persons are trapped into a situation where they have to depend upon a person who has lied to them and promised them things that they cannot commit. In Texas, we believe about 20% of those persons that are trafficked across the United States, some 17 or more thousand individuals each year, come within our state of Texas, and they rely upon some of the same services that we provide our citizens: education, housing, food, shelter, all of the things that we normally pay for as taxpayers. But this is added responsibility to our society, and they come by Interstate 10 because Interstate 10 happens to be one of the bigger hubs in which people are able to travel, perhaps from one country to another, maybe come through Mexico. But a lot of people, as you may learn, are being trafficked right within the state. And you say, how is that happening? You ever heard of kids running away from home, probably trying to get away from rules and regulations their parents may be imposing upon them, or they may be running away from a very abusive situation? Those kids are trapped into situations like this because people promise them the world only to learn that once they have been taken into these kind of situations to get all of the benefits that they have been promised, they learn that they in fact have been lied to. But let me tell you what we're trying to do this session of the legislature. This session of the legislature, we want to do a number of things. We've already started in our state. We want to enhance the penalties of those persons who buy children and sell them within the prostitution ring. Would you want your child to be in a prostitution ring at age 11, 12, or 13 years old, given a quota of $500 to $600 a night to bring in to some pimp or some person who is abusing them in this human trafficking relationship? We want to stop that. We want to make sure that people like that go to prison, and they not only just go to prison, but they go to prison for a long time. And if they happen to go to jail and arrested for this, we want to give the judge the tools so he can be able to deny bail. He doesn't have to give this person a bail so they can go out and start doing the same thing over and start mistreating people all over again. Your children, my children? No. He can keep that person in jail, and if they are convicted, they can get as much as life in prison without parole. We want to be able to make sure that there's restitution for the victim. And for those kids who've been forced into prostitution, who comes up with a record, we want to be able to help them get rid of that record and seal those records and give them a fresh start in life. Why do we want to do all of this? Texas is a good state. We have good business environment here. We have good taxpayers here. Every time we get persons who perpetrate upon our society like this, it costs you and I, the taxpayers, our hospitals, our schools, our housings, and it costs business also. And it also gives a black eye to the state of Texas. Who wants to move their business to our state if we do nothing but allow traffickers to go free about themselves and trap people within this kind of relationship and be able to make money, free money. Mind you, they're not paying income tax like you and I. They are making this money free, but they're also creating a world of liability, a lifelong liability, psychological liabilities. Sometimes some of these individuals may not ever recover from those sort of things. Wouldn't you want to stop this kind of thing? I know you do. So that's the reason why that we're passing bills to make sure that we have a definition, tools, all of the resources that our prosecutors and our law enforcement would need in order to be able to assist us to make this a better society for all of us to live and to stamp out human trafficking once and for all.